was thinking, right? And I want the listeners to get to know us a little bit because, you know what I mean? If you guys fuck with us, you guys want to fuck with us, you feel me? And I was thinking, like, I have grown so much. And a lot of times in life, I think anybody can relate to this. We don't realize how much we have grown. And we don't give ourselves credit for it because the society we live in, this capitalist society where it's go, 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 which is another issue, by the way. And we could talk about that a little later. The downfalls of a capitalist society and how it literally causes depression and fucking just ridiculous non-ending satisfaction. Like you're never satisfied with anything you get. That's what Karl Marx was going against. That's what capitalism has done to our people. But we need to give ourselves credit more for the things that we do well. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking back, I was having this conversation with my aunt. Like when I was in Trinidad, number one, when I was in primary school, for you guys, that would be considered middle school. I was one of the best students in thing. When I graduated with like 2 or 3 trophies. Whew. And the trophies was best in arts. No, not arts. I was never good at arts. Best at English, best at math, and best at creative writing. Right? I was the best in math.
Be lying.
Not on everything I love. You could ask my aunt, ask my mother.
You was nice at art.
I wasn't nice at art. Yeah, I was lying on that one. And I went to high school, and when I tell you no exaggeration, I did 3 years in high school in Trinidad, and on everything I love, I passed 1 class in 3 years.
Why?
I don't know. So my aunt said she thinks the reason was that my group of friends, I'm not going to say they led me down the wrong way because they were young too. We probably were just all bad influence on each other. You know what I mean? We were cool. None of us was on no gangster shit, but that's what we was getting into. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, like, I shit on the gangster culture a lot because it's stupid, right? You view it stupid. It's really nothing good that comes from it. But there is something romantic to the culture of being a gangster, being a tough guy. There is something romantic to it. Let's not forget that part. Because sometimes people get me mad, and I wish I could just call 10 niggas and we roll on this nigga and beat the shit out of him.
That's what y'all used to do?
No, I feel like that now. Like, if Keanu talking shit, I want to just get 10 niggas and roll up to Rochester and whoop the shit out of Keanu. But there is something romantic about having that power, though. There definitely is. Because, yeah, in Trinidad, we did that a lot. You know what I mean? Sometimes we were the hunted, and sometimes we hunted niggas. Mm-hmm. Right? No cap. I got suspended like 11 plus times in school in Trinidad in 3 years. There was one time where I got suspended, was out for like a week, came back, got suspended the same fucking day on everything I love.
What you was doing? You want to talk about it?
One time we got suspended for bringing a knife to school. So we were beefing with these group of kids, and a fight broke out at a maxi stand. Basically a taxi stand. Right, where dudes have their car, they take us to where we live, basically. That's the best way I could explain it. And my bro and this dude just fighting, and they end up tussling, and he slams a dude against this guy's vehicle. And these dudes, they take a lot of pride in their vehicle. They don't want young kids fighting and denting up their vehicle. I understand where he was coming from. He slapped the shit out of my mans. Now, this is a grown-up. We're 12, 13, 14, 15 years at the time. This grown up just slapped the shit out of my mans. My mans is not having it. He's a hothead. This dude is a legit hothead. Shout out to my man's Warnie. He's a legit hothead. The things this dude did, I'm like, yo, he's not scared to die. Right? And that's when Tekashi came out. I knew about Tekashi. I'm like, you know what's wrong with Tekashi? Tekashi is not scared to die. That's why he does the things he does, because I've been around people like that. So he brings the knife to school, and us being dumb, we're showing the knife out to girls to show them how tough the shit we is. I don't know what we was doing.
Like, yo, hey, you see this show there? Like, yeah, if it go down, it gonna go down. But like, yo, you stick with me, I got you.
I got you. Anybody fucking with you? But I don't know what we was thinking. And somebody snitched, and we got in trouble. And that was just one of the times. I mean, we would do shit. We would cut class. The principal would come try to talk to us. I would be disrespectful, be rude, just dumb shit. And I was never a disrespectful kid, right? And I say all of that to say this. I came to America, and everything happens for a reason. My aunt always told me that when I came to America, it's going to be in the perfect time. Because ever since I was a kid, my mom has been living here since I was 4. right? And I would always try to get my visa and get denied, right? And my aunt always said, Nick, don't worry about it. When it's time for you to go to America, everything's going to work out. And I think I've told the story on here about how I got my visa. I wasn't supposed to get it. I was missing paperwork. My grandmother went in. She wasn't even supposed to go in because she didn't have the paperwork. They called her and said, listen, you don't even need the paperwork anymore. Stamp. Nick has his visa now. And Nick comes to America to live for the next year. And by the judgment of all things, I think I came here at the perfect age where I was able to defer between the life I was living and the life I wanted to live and the things I could achieve. Right? I probably wouldn't have went to Utica. I probably wouldn't have met you, and I probably wouldn't be part of the biggest podcast on the motherfucking earth, baby. You feel me?
That's a
you
fact.
feel me? So, yeah, I came over here and I changed, partially because of football. Football was a big motivational factor for me. You know what I mean? I wanted to play football. I remember my math teacher told me, like, hey, Nick, I know you want to play football. Mind you, I'm not even playing football at the time. I get like a 75 on a test. And he told me, Nick, that's good. Keep it up. If you want to play football, that's what you need, good grades. And literally that sentence, I will remember that sentence for the rest of my life. Because that's when I decided, hey, fuck all of that. You about to go in.
Mm-hmm.
And academics was the first thing I really focused in on. And that's when I realized, like, yo, I'm smart. I can be smart. All I have to do is focus. And I swear to God, my entire life in America, from that time, I don't think I've ever gotten below a 75 in school. Whether that's high school or college. I bodied everything. Because, you know what I mean? That for me, that was the bar that was set. And honestly, during college, if I was to get a 75, that was bad. And at that time, I'm telling you how bad I used to do in school. When I got that 75, I was like, yo, a 75? That's lit, nigga. I'm out here.
I'm bringing my knife to school tomorrow.
About to ride on these fuck niggas.
I'm smarter than them.
Nah, for real. So I wanted to, you know what I mean, give myself props for growing in that way. And I'm still growing, and I want this to be a reminder to myself that none of us are where we want to be. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people think that with success and money and things, you're gonna get to this romantic state of life where you feel like everything is good. It never happens.
Never happens.
I don't have $1 million yet, but I know when I get it, I'm not gonna be satisfied.
Yeah.
Whether I have $1 billion, I'm not gonna be satisfied. The satisfaction comes from moving forward and doing better, and then setting more goals, and then stripping those goals down to making a system for yourself to achieve those things.
Man, that's a major key what you're saying right there. Everything you just said is a major key, and I hope everyone caught that and listened to that. And you're right. Off the capitalism society, well, what makes it even worse is social media. Yes. You know, because the feeling of now, like, oh, I see this person having this. Well, you can easily dream of having it now because this person has it, but you also could be going back to your bad habits.
Yes.
You know, it's so easy to be influenced by all these different type of things. And especially, I would say at a young age, it's good to try things. You understand? Because sometimes I look at things and go, what if I was 60? Would I look back on this and go, damn, I should have tried this. So that's why I like trying things. But
you're very big at that too. You definitely create experiences, and you're good at that. Where did you learn that from? Because a lot of people sit back and think life is going to come at them and experiences are going to come at them, and they very rarely do. You have to go out and create experiences.
That's it right there. You know that you have to go out there and do things. And a major part of my life that played a key role of, you know, knowing that you have to go out and go do things was being in B.O.N.D. B.O.N.D is an organization at Utica College called Brothers on a New Direction, and
which Guala was the GOAT of. Not only was he the greatest running back of all time, he was the greatest president of B.O.N.D. Oh, you was the vice president?
Vice president, secretary.
Bro, you was the fucking president. Come on, bro.
I appreciate it. Come on,
bro. We know
Let's stay humble,
no disrespect. Who was Assad? Was the president at the time?
My junior, he was the president.
I think Assad would give you props and say that you held it down.
Yeah,
shout out to Assad.
Yeah, shout out to Assad.
Intelligent
shout out to B2. B2 was the president.
Brian. Brian did a lot of work. Yeah. But fuck you, my man. You still a GOAT.
I appreciate it. But we got involved with an organization, another organization in Utica called Underground Cafe. And Underground Cafe is where teens would go after school because their parents are still working, so they need somewhere to go right after school. They would go to the Underground Cafe. And basically, at-risk teens. And at that point, that's when I realized, like, yo, you got to speak to people if you want something to happen.
Yes.
You got to go through things if you want stuff to happen. Nothing's going to come to you. So being in an organization, that org made it realize, like, yo, if you want something for this org, you got to speak to people. You got to set meetings. You got to be organized. You got to be outgoing. As much as I'm not like an outgoing person, but that's how you have to be. People are going to fuck with you or they're not. No matter what. At the end of the day, they're going to like you as the person you are or they're not.
You can't be too stressed about making people like you.
Yeah.
You just got to be yourself. That's something that I struggle with. Because I think, for whatever reason it is, and I'm really getting to the point where I don't give a fuck. I think I'm a good-hearted person, but I don't know if I'm too confident sometimes or I'm annoying. I come off the wrong way to a lot of people. And to me, I've just learned to accept it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, bro, I never enter any situations with negative feelings towards anyone. Mm-hmm. You probably know me more than other people. Like, I really don't have ill feelings towards people. I might get on people's nerves, but that's life.
Yeah.
You can't be too stressed about that. And that's one thing I've learned recently. I don't give a fuck about what nobody thinks.
You can't. Because once you start thinking, hey, what do they think about me? You lost control of yourself. You are you. You're the person. You are you. You look in the mirror. That's you. What do you... Everything... Whatever happens in life is because of you. It's no one else. Yeah, certain situations could be someone else. But... Also, you can make the situation better or worse for yourself.
And the one thing that you never do is give up on yourself or lie to yourself, right? Do not lie to... If you know, like, personally, as I said, I don't give a fuck about what people think about me. But if I know I handle the situation incorrectly, okay, Nick, now it's time to self-correct and be better so that you don't make that mistake again. Mm-hmm. Don't tell somebody suck your dick again because you lost control of your emotions. Mm-hmm. Okay, now that's what I could control. Control what you can control. That's one thing my mom always told me. Control what you can control. You can't control what anyone else does. You can just control your interactions with them, whatever they think, they think.
And that's major key. And like I talked to you about this before. Sometimes I think, about this show and I go, wow, I'm blessed to have a show. And like the way you brought up and look how we connected. Now look what we have. Mm-hmm. We always talked about business even since our sophomore year of college.
Facts.
We've been talking about business. Now look at where we at, which we are very grateful for this opportunity.
1,000%.
But you see people out in the real world, and sometimes you look, you be like, yo, are they stuck? Do they not have nothing to push them? Like the one thing they do is just. And I'm not bashing people for just going to work, but I'm saying certain work. Like, damn, this is just it.
You know what it is? I think everyone has a different mindset, and a lot of us. That's
what I want to.
I'm also taking human lifespan psychology, and I think a lot of the way we are brought up in the first couple of years determines the kind of people we are. Me personally, and Malcolm is the same, and that's probably why we vibe so well together. Is that we have exorbitant dreams that we can't even fucking see how they're gonna come true. But for some reason, maybe our parents instilled a certain level of confidence in us that we believe we can achieve those things.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people don't think the same, but I think the key to life is happiness. So for us, that's going to be happiness for us. And that's not always a good thing because in the rare case that we don't achieve the things that we think we have the ability to achieve, we're probably going to be unhappy with life.
Yeah.
Even though we might be making $150,000 a year, $200,000 a year, we're gonna be deeply unsatisfied living these lives that we fucking hear ourselves and be 40 and going through a midlife crisis, as opposed to someone who never had big dreams, and that $200,000 and that wife and that family is literally making them the happiest and feeling as good as possible.
Yeah.
So it's not everything is a give and take. The mindset that we have is not for everybody.
No, I know that. That's what I was trying to get at. It was like the mindset. Now you think like, yo, I just can't be that person. That person just can't be me, and that's fine. And that's life at the end of the day. And I go, and that's why I think about the show. I'll be driving. I look at the next person. I go, let's say they're a truck driver. No, right? I go, okay, this is what they just do. I go, well, I don't want to be a truck driver. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad, and then I feel good about myself. Like, all right, I'm glad I'm doing this show, right?
Right.
This is, I'm glad I'm be able to absorb this knowledge and read and give these facts to these people, honestly. Mm-hmm. So, and then at the end of the day, and then you just look back at what you've done. Don't compare yourself to no one else. Just look back at what you've done and how you came so far. Like, that's all life is about, is improving. Right. You're gonna step back, But as long as you keep improving and knowing that you're getting better as a person, hey, like you said, not everyone has the same mindset. Hey, that's fine. I don't care. But sometimes I try to put myself in someone else's eyes, and I go, hey, this is not me. I realize this is not me. This is not what I'm gonna like. I'm fine. I'm content with myself. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Do you feel like you're tough on yourself sometimes? And if so, what's one thing that you would want to give yourself credit for as far as improving, becoming a better person that you haven't done, that you feel like you're too harsh on yourself about?
Communication.
Okay.
And every week you try to figure out a way to how can I communicate better? How can I say words better, clearer? Be clearer for the audience.
Ever told on a nigga? No. Ever squeezed the trigger? Yeah. Ever set a nigga up? No. Ever helped a brother out when he was down on his luck?